we all alive? Is anyone really alive?
Well, once
no. Welcome back to The Beer Is Right. No, that's not it. Behind the Beersters. No, I'll get it. Big Head Beersters. Big Head Bastards.
Well, if there wasn't a shipping delay on your sweatshirt, you'd be able to look down and read it.
As you're assuming, you're making a very large assumption that I would be able to read upside down while I'm drinking.
Upside down and backwards.
Yes, that's right. We're doing another episode of this show here that we're doing. The only show on the internet where you can watch two guys sit down, drink beer, and just kind of bullshit about whatever. It's verifiable. Absolutely, we're the only
we checked
thing. Like, really?
Yeah, we checked.
Oh, wow, cool.
I did.
Oh, well, I didn't
know
do
what
shit.
Checking you did.
Like, anyway, if you haven't seen us before, hi, welcome to the show. We drink beer. We're not child safe. Yeah, we're just like, kids should not watch this show.
We ruin the YouTube algorithms by consuming something that's for adults on there, and Twitch likes to yell at us, stuff like that. We say fuck a lot.
Up to 4 beers so far. Yeah, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, bud.
Also something that, when you just, right here at the beginning of the episode, if you are a brewery or have a brewery that you like to go to a lot and you'd like to see our logo and the little placard that we mentioned on our Instagram and channel here in that said brewery and have it featured online, feel free to contact us at our usual email, which is on our YouTube channel. It's our Gmail address. Or you can contact us here on Twitch, on Facebook, or tag us on Instagram, and we will definitely get looking into it. Also, mention it to your brewery owner or brewer so that we can get in contact with them a bit easier. So, I know stuff opening up is kind of a pain for a lot of breweries right now, but we appreciate the ones that are trying to work with us, however difficult that may be.
Yeah, especially with everybody having a Rev Pub production, given the God, I love those glasses.
They're cool.
At the moment, the beers that we're drinking this week were again picked out by my father, who has just delivered all of the beers to the table that we were at, and we are, we are very much appreciative of the efforts that he is putting towards our continued intoxication. Thanks, Dad. I'm making you proud.
I think that's the best response you can get out of that one. God, my arm
also,
hurts.
right off bat, hi, anybody that's watching on the... Oh, wait, nobody's watching this stream right now.
We can't,
it was kind of a surprise.
Those numbers are never accurate. So
also, hi, anybody that's watching from Patreon. I would like to say a big thank you to all of the Patreon viewers who get to see the whole episode. Yes, that's right. Y'all watching this on YouTube only get a little teeny tiny bit of stuff. You get like the first hour, maybe-ish. But, I think it's about time we get started on this. Beer number 1 is definitely a dark thing. Oh, just go ahead and put it.
Mystery list.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
The mystery list. I will add it to the...
This smells
Oh,
familiar.
geez.
A cackle, and he disappears. Dark, chocolatey, malty, a little bit of bite. I have had this before.
Yeah.
I know I've had this before.
It seems familiar, but it's also like a little bit different.
That seems really, really super familiar. Like...
Side note, if you hear me bitching about the fact that my left arm hurts, I got the first dose of the Moderna shot a couple days ago. Hurts like a bitch, but it's worth it.
If you've ever gotten a tetanus shot, it's
Feels
not
like
as bad as a tetanus shot. If you have never received a tetanus shot, this Moderna shot is going to be like somebody hit you in the arm real fucking hard, like.
Every morning.
Yeah, just for a couple days though. Like it's going to be a little bit stiff, a little sore, like it's not cool, man. But you'll be fine. I had the second shot last Thursday, right before, in the morning of the filming of our previous episode. By the way, this is the first of the episodes where we're going to be doing stuff every week. So,
Whoa.
Yeah.
We're gonna be like the fucking episode of SpongeBob where it's like, day number 182. Week number 4.
Alright, I do like that first one. It's very... There's a lot of bitter on the back end of that.
Ooh.
Like, super duper lots of bitter on the back end of that.
Fruity yet hoppy.
A
But citrusy.
I bet you this here is an India Pale Ale. Again, very familiar. I am almost certain I've had this beer before.
You drink hundreds of beers.
True.
Your beer list would exclude 90% of what's at Total Wine.
True. Yes, I have had most of the beer that is on the shelf at Total Wine.
Well, one-offs and
no,
seasonals.
I can't say most, but I will say... Well, I guess over 50% is most, so...
Yep.
Yeah, no, I have had most of those beers, but I've been drinking a lot for a long time.
I've had almost 60% of the whiskeys at Total Wine. Not the $400 ones, but the bottles.
That's a decent IPA. It's certainly not... I'm not astounded by it, but it's not bad.
It's definitely not, like, gross.
Like, not a thing that I would write home about, but something that I would
Beer.
drink. Yeah.
I would eat this with a... I would eat this. I would drink this with a... Maybe eating a sandwich.
I would eat this beer like a sandwich. What?
I've only drank like 2 or 3 cents, but it's hitting me. No.
Round 3, what do we got? Ooh.
Sweet. We got a cotton tree over there. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, the cottonwood coming down. That's all sorts of fun.
Got a pretty background today. Over here, I guess.
Yeah, back in our backyard, in my backyard again.
This is my backyard. What are you talking about? My backyard's tiny.
Yeah.
Also, the fire pit in it.
Yeah, that is one advantage that your backyard has that mine currently does not have. I do not, at the moment, have a fire pit.
I like my little yard. It's comfy.
Right before we started filming this, I started having the opening song for Killer Clowns from Outer Space run through my head. Which I don't know if you've seen that movie, but it's worth it. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is a fucking hilarious horror movie that I recommend everyone watch. Even if you're afraid.
Knock my block off. Yeah, no, I've seen it.
The cotton candy cocoons with the crazy straws and like the popcorn guns. I just the Kyoto brothers, magnificent producers.
The makeup to make the clowns was actually kind of impressive, especially for the time.
Well, the Kyoto brothers, those are the same guys behind the Critters movies.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, that explains it. Yeah, those guys could make a giant realistic tarantula out of fucking styrofoam.
Yes. Maybe it's Kyoto. I think it's Kyoto. I might be pronouncing it incorrectly. Someone will probably say that I'm...
Whatever beer this is, it's extremely friendly. And also, don't burp while you're trying to drink it. I just learned that horrible lesson.
I'm not sure if this is a Pilsner or a lager.
But it's like very... It just tastes like beer. Like this.
Are you getting a lime?
I'm smelling it, but I'm not really tasting it. Like, I can smell that there's something in there, but I'm not, like, tasting it at all.
I think I can picture in my mind the can that this beer comes in. I might be wrong. I think it's from Uinta.
A quick side note,
Yeah.
if you want to know all the beers that we've been drinking on the show, for now, check our Untapped account. There's a link to it on our Facebook page now. And we'll eventually be getting one up on Patreon, but that'll probably take a little bit longer than the Untapped, because the Untapped have actually been keeping up on. And you can technically track where we are, what we're doing on like a daily basis, because we'll be doing shorts and stuff, and I'll be putting everything on the Untapped and on YouTube. So
all of the everything is going to be on Patreon.
a good portion of stuff will be on YouTube, and all the drinks will be on Untapped.
Yep.
So if you want to totally stalk us.
We also should have a complete beer list on Patreon.
You just said that.
I know. I'm just
Repeating it.
trying to think of things that we were gonna like talk about, because we don't script this. We just kind of like sometimes spitball shit before the show and be like, okay. More often than not, we don't really talk about anything we're doing on the show until it's already too late. Oh, we started. Well, whoops. Yeah. Beer number 4.
Duck.
This is...
Oh, that is molassesy.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Like, this smells very sweet.
I have...
Very, very,
this smells
very
like,
sweet.
This smells like the time I had cold drip coffee with molasses in it. Which actually, if you haven't tried that, it's really freaking good. Kind of just smells like maple syrup.
It's very flat. I mean, you can tell just from looking at it. There's
and
like
tastes
no head
like
on
it too. I would be surprised if this was over like a 5%. Sorry, 5 horsepower. Still getting used to that. I said that at the brewery the other day, and the guy looked at me and he was like, 5 what? It's not a car, it's a beer. I'm like, oh, it's got enough ethanol in it.
Also, familiar flavor on that.
Yeah.
I believe.
Like I can see some bubbling, but it's not a lot.
I feel like I've had this stout before. I really feel like it's a dark stout. It might be a milk stout.
That's the sort of thing that's like, it's so mellow that you can just drink the whole bottle and then you're like, wee! Get out of here, Cotton. I don't need you. Also, just a quick funny thing that I felt like bringing up. You're getting attacked by Cotton, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Quick funny thing I found out last night. You know who you are. And if you're watching, I'm not going to say your name because I don't want to call you out. But I still find it funny, and you laughed too. I met somebody last night who did not know that a dolphin was a mammal.
Okay.
Just like a weird pocket of knowledge that, like, it's something that you learned, and then you just assume everybody knows that. And
Whales are not fish, even though some people call them the whale fish.
Yeah, and then she also, this is the same person who was telling me that certain fish come up for air, like dolphins, and I was like, dolphins are mammals, guppies are not.
Yeah, like dolphins come up for air because they're not fish. They don't have gills.
Betas and minnows do not need oxidized water to live because they have better absorption in their lungs. Also, flies do not have lungs; they have aeration holes.
Very fluffy. Like,
Yeah, that's...
like
What the fuck? It like turned into foam in my mouth.
It gets very foamy very fast in the mouth. This one does. It's a bit coconutty.
In the mouth it is. Your dad told me you like frogs. Like beer they taste. What? Full of hops they are. If you get that joke, you've been watching too much Mandalorian and you need to take a break.
I think this is a coconut beer.
I told you that. It tastes like coconut sugar.
It doesn't just taste like coconut sugar.
Well, it smells and tastes like coconut-ness. Coconuts are really sweet. I kind of forgot about that until recently. I bought a coconut the other day.
This also tastes quite familiar. I would almost say that this is Aloha Death.
Summer of
But I would not. I wouldn't bet on it. But this makes me think Aloha Death.
I do not have anything good to talk about during the show.
Except I think that's too sweet for that. I don't know. It's definitely coconutty. It's definitely a very malt-forward, sweet.
Oh.
Like a lot of roast.
Weird. Speaking of sweet, weird thing I remembered the other day while I was at like lunch with somebody talking about this show. Actually, talking to somebody about like other. Anyway, that's something to discuss off camera because it's weird. I got iced tea, and it reminded me that I used to put maple syrup in it because sugar like doesn't dissolve in cold iced tea, and maple syrup is basically simple syrup with some maple flavoring in it.
Well, I mean, depending on the quality of the maple syrup,
diner syrup.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Diner syrup is
Yeah,
just
that's
basically
maple
simple
flavored,
syrup
yeah.
with maple in it. So
Maple
I put some of that
flavored sugar juice.
Yeah, well, I put it in my iced tea and it dissolves immediately.
Yeah.
And then you just have sweet tasting iced tea with a little bit of maple in it, and it's really fucking good, actually. What the fuck? Oh, there's a sticker there. Keep that on there.
That's not bad.
These are all so mellow. Although after that Sours episode, I think everything's going to be a little mellow. That was rough.
Maybe it's after all of those, but I don't think this one is like as This doesn't have like as full of a mouth feel. This this feels a little bit thinner.
It's calmer. Well, also that while I love sours and Bellwether sours are really good, drinking 6 sours in a row that was tough.
Uh-huh.
There's a bot in our chat. Love that.
That's so cute. We have a bot. I almost feel famous.
Oh, it's asking if we want to become famous, so I'm just
It's our first bot in chat. I feel so privileged. Gosh.
Do you? Because I'm just kind of annoyed.
Well, I feel privileged because I understand that I just simply being white in this country get to have some privilege. I mean, it's not fair, but it's the truth.
It's one of those things where you're like, you gross, but you still have to deal with it.
I'm not big on 3, but I feel like that is that's a lime pilsner or that's a lime lager. I'm really getting some lime stuff off that. I really yeah, I feel like I've had that before.
God, dude,
and it's hard to rank these because they're so disparate in flavor profiles.
That's because your dad's good at picking a lot of variety of
flavors.
Yeah.
Like, my dad knows good beer. My dad is the reason why I know good beer. He started doing homebrew stuff when I was but a teenager, and at that point I was like, ew, beer is nasty. I don't want to drink beer. And then I tried some of the beer that he made, and I was like, oh, fuck yeah. So...
Oh, fuck yeah, mate.
Oh, fuck yeah, bud.
Yeah, bud.
Fuck yeah, bud. Too much Letterkenny. Of which there is no such thing.
Just like there's no such thing as too much Trailer Park Boys.
I need to watch more of that series. I started watching it, and I never got very far into it. I also need to finish watching Letterkenny. I also need to watch the last season of Rick and Morty. And
well, there's no one coming out with a movie, so yeah, you need to catch up on that. You should also watch F is for Family. It's really good.
I think I might have seen a couple of episodes of that.
If you don't shut the hell up, I will put you through that fucking wall. There's no wall there. Well, I will build one, and then I'll put you the fuck through it.
Yeah, that's the one where dude works at the airport, right?
He's a Vietnam veteran, and he constantly talks about, he's like, I did not almost die in Vietnam. Bring your sass back at me, you little shit. It's like, fuck, dude. It's basically the 70s as a show. It's great.
That 70s cartoon show. It's like the Family Guy, but we put it in the 70s. Ha ha ha.
And it has better comedy. Sorry, Seth Green.
Like, that's fucking hard.
I mean, it gets redundant, dude. It's kind of like The Simpsons, you know? It's a good show, but it's been almost 30 fucking years.
Simpsons? It's been over 30 years.
Yes, it's been 35.
Which just amazes me, because I recall watching The Simpsons on the Tracy Ullman show when I was a child. What is this? Oh, hey, Leaf. Okay.
Hey, Leaf.
Like, what random thing fell into your beer?
Add 2 beer? Oh, sorry, that reference is,
I don't...
about, like, what, 3,600 years too late?
Yeah, probably.
If you don't get that reference, Google Caesar, not the salad. And not the guy from the Legion in Fallout New Vegas, because he's a prick.
It's hard for me to pick a top 3.
You know my favorite weird fact about the lore of New Vegas, like the Fallout New Vegas game? Caesar's Legion, the guy who is, you know, he gets called Kaiser or Caesar. Apparently the reason he chose that name to start his legion was because he found a book about Julius Caesar.
Okay.
And how he came to conquer this large area and, like, enslaved people who disagreed with him and, like, a bunch of that shit. But he said that the reason he never went any farther with establishing his legion is because the last 6 pages of the book were ripped out, so he doesn't know what happens. And I was like, oh, you mean the parts about, like, getting stabbed because you're a horrible human being?
Well,
you can find the 3 pages, and when you show them to him, you get to stab him in the face. It's funny.
well, I was going to say, well, at the end, everyone throws you a party.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what happens. It's a knife party.
And throws you off of Hoover Dam. Oh, sorry, spoilers.
Good band. It's a knife party.
I was about to say throws you off of Hoover Dam. That sounds like a metal band, like butt trumpet.
It throws you off the Hoover Dam.
Or the one that everybody, widely knows because of the Game Grumps, Betty White Titfuck. Actual band. Google it.
I don't think I need to.
Actually, maybe don't.
Spotify will work just as well.
Maybe don't Google that. That's a bad thing to have in your Google search history.
Oh no, there's far more worse things to have in your Google search history.
Octopus penis.
Go fuck yourself, please.
God, dude, can you imagine how much of a nightmare it would be if humans could do that? Some lady's hot walking by a construction site, she just gets pelted. Why did I put that image in my own head? Well,
I don't know him. I have never seen this man before. I don't know. No, officer, I really don't know. I haven't.
Just so everybody knows, it has been 17 years. You've known me for 17 years. Just rubs head. Like...
Well, I mean... I don't remember meeting you, but I don't remember much of the house that y'all lived at.
Maple?
No, yeah, like...
I remember. That's because I grew up there.
I kind of remember, but I don't think I was sober when I went there ever. Like, I'm pretty sure I was drunk.
I think I was too young to...
All of the
I remember
times.
a couple times I met you and you were like, you had just gone out drinking with my mom. And then, like, you, like, crashed on the couch. And then, like, I asked you a math question about my homework, and you answered it, like, immediately in a way that I understood. My mom was like, guess what? You're his math tutor now. And your response was to fucking what?
What? Huh? Oh, okay. Yeah, I've been a math tutor for a few people. He's one of them. My favorite way of teaching people how to learn math is showing them how not to do it, and then being like, wait, what am I doing wrong? Oh, you can see the right thing? Oh, cool. Glad you could learn from my mistakes. Maybe we can... Oh, wait, this is how we do this thing. Are you sure that's how you do that? Are you sure you're sure? Are you sure that you're sure that you're sure? Alright, cool. How about you prove it?
My favorite thing recently, unrelated to math or anything, has been I have finally turned my wife into a super Star Wars nerd because I got her to watch Clone Wars.
You know, I haven't seen any of the animated Star Wars stuff, but from everyone that I have talked to about it that's like watched all of that stuff, all of the animated stuff is better written, a better example of the Star Wars universe. Like, everything about the animated stuff is better than all of the live action shit put together.
Yeah, no, like...
Which makes me want to watch it, but at the same time, I'm just kind of fucking burnt out on the whole thing.
The other thing, too, is, like, in Clone Wars, it makes it very evident that, like, this isn't a, couple planets and everybody knows each other and this is just a thing. It makes it very evident that there are people who do not give a flying fuck about what the Empire or Republic or anybody else are doing. Oh, a bunch of clones marched by. Oh, well, better go back to surviving on my planet where tiny bears try to eat me every day. Like, no one has time to give a shit about this, and there's hundreds of planets in the galaxy that is the Republic domain.
How about we figure out what we're drinking here?
I have no fucking clue, but...
I'm gonna say that it's really hard to give an actual judgment on these because they're so different. Yes, 4 of these beers are dark. None of them are alike. Like, the only thing that's similar is that they are
don't
dark.
Have the same carbonation levels. Like, I've been watching these go down. Like, this one is kind of turning into a syrupy thing on the top. This one over here is just staying foamy. This one got nothing.
Yeah, that one's just flat as fuck.
This one is just starting to look like wine.
Yeah.
I've just been sipping on this one because I like it. And then these two are just kind of...
Well, what are your top 3?
Like, number 1 probably be 5...
So you like the coconut one?
Yeah, number 2 would probably be 4, and then I'm actually gonna go with the number 2 is my third pick.
5, 4, and 2. I got
5,
1,
4,
2,
2.
and 6. So 2 is the one that between the two of us seems to be a good one. You want to grab that little notepad over there, and we can see what the fuck we're drinking.
Yeah.
Should probably grab the things at some point. Elysian Dragon Tooth Stout. Yes, I have had that. Black Raven Updraft Pale Ale. Fremont Golden Pilsner. Huh, I don't know why I was getting the lime out of that. Mujo Coffee Milk Stout. Yes.
Oh, it is milk.
From Paradise Creek. Okay, I was right. New Holland Dragon's Milk. And Breckenridge Vanilla Porter. I have had that one before once. That's... yeah, cool. I don't have all of the containers at the moment to be able to read off all of the stuff.
They will be photographed and put on our Untapped, though. We do that every time after that.
Yeah, but I actually kind of look forward to reading out what's on the can in an amusing, to me, manner. But that's not going to happen this week because I don't feel like getting up off my lazy ass and getting all of the containers.
I mean, this is the... it's kind of weird to do this, like, every week now, because, like, last week I was like, alright, cool, now I got 2 weeks to recover from drinking all that, and then you were like, hey, no, we're doing the weekly thing.
Like, we gotta start doing the weekly thing. Like,
fuck.
Because if we have any hopes of monetizing the YouTube channel, which I don't know if it's ever gonna fucking happen.
I mean, even just getting a sponsor.
Yeah, any sort of thing. We just gotta have more stuff, and figure the Patreon folk out there might have an appreciation for more content. We hope that you'll be able to keep up with the content that we're putting out. Can you keep up? Yeah, we're gonna be doing this every week now, every Thursday. I believe the plan is to, in general, start the streaming around 6. We'll see how that goes. Actually, by the time this thing airs, we should already be doing that. So.
Yeah, so we have one week of backlog. Ooh, behind the scenes. Yeah, we do 1 week of backlog because it gives me time to get everything rendered and taken care of. These are long. Take a while to render, you know, because I don't want them to look like shit.
Yeah.
And we have other stuff we're doing during the week, and now that we're thinking of doing shorts and extras and stuff.
Yeah, doing extra stuff for all the Patreon folk. Please, please, please hop on Patreon. If you can give us $5 a month, great. If you want to give us more, even better. Please help cover our beer budget. It's nice to know that we have some support.
Yeah,
it's really cool. Thank you, all of you, for those of y'all that are watching, the people that are sharing this, spreading it. It's super fucking cool, we think.
And also, we are looking at doing the gaming stuff, like board games.
Yeah, we'll probably do like board games, maybe play Magic or some other type game things. That'll be on the Patreon as little short episodes and special episodes.
I found all of our board games, by the way. I have 6 bins to get through.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
So,
and well, I know someone that has more board and card games than we could probably ever possibly play. So
I was thinking of my dad. He's still buying more. He just bought a pack of 6. I'm scared.
That's nothing.
Well, no, but
yeah.
Well, that's
like anyway. I know at least one person that has an obscenely large collection of card and board and dice games. A variety of them. I'm absolutely certain this person has never fucking played. Just because.
Bought them because they look cool.
Yeah.
I've done that. So I ended up with 16 variations of Munchkin.
So damn tired of that game.
Yep.
I don't play Munchkin anymore. I don't play Cards Against Humanity anymore. Those games have been ruined for me. I do not enjoy them.
I like the Shakespeare version of Cards Against Humanity. Though. That one's pretty funny.
I'm down with Flux. That's cool. Innovation, really good card game. It's like a world building, not really world building, but kind of. It's Innovation is a good tabletop card game thing.
Coming out soon to not a board game store near you. We might be playing it on the channel. My board game finally got finished. I just need to grab the board for it now.
Oh, yeah, cool.
Beware the Grave. If we get good reception on it, I might actually release it, but it's going to take so much goddamn work. Because first I have to have this best play it and then break it.
I like breaking games.
I would
I've
like
been
you to break
good
this
at
game
it.
so I know what I need to make sure it can't be broken and what I can... Well, like, some stuff I'm going to leave it, like, oh, you found this really roundabout way to break this. You know what? It took a lot of work, that's acceptable. Like, there should always be some way to, you know, if you know what you're doing and you put the effort and time and misery into it, and the other player kind of lets you do it, then yeah, you get to break the game.
So it is officially summer. Well, it's as far as I'm concerned, it's officially summertime. You can see that it's bright, beautiful.
It's like 3 days until it's like fucking
sunny as hell.
Oh,
It's a really nice day out, and I am now going back to floating the river on a regular basis. And just Tuesday, I went on my 11th trip of the year. I believe this upcoming, I think tomorrow is going to be my 12th trip of the year. But last week, floated the river, and like we go on this like 4-man inflatable boat. It's a Seahawk 4. It's not a freaking big heavy duty thing. It's just this 4-man inflatable boat, and me and a couple of friends of mine and I were floating down the river, and we made a stop at one of our usual spots, and there were a couple of people in some like big heavy duty inflatable, like, we ain't fucking around, we're ready for some river rafting kind of boats, and like in dry suits and all geared up for a like real, they're gonna get wet, it's gonna be splashy as fuck on the Spokane River, in a spot where it maybe gets up to a class 1 rapid when it's going real hard.
Yeah, it really does not bounce a lot.
And it's only like barely a class 1 rapid. It's just a class 1. And these guys are geared up for like class 5 shit. And we roll up, and I am
a fucking dinghy.
We roll up in a little tiny,
No!
haha, you
No!
got stuff in your glass.
The cotton got me.
I think as long as the cottonwood is out, we're not going to be doing this shit. Anyway, but
Yeah, you think?
I hop off our boat, and I'm wearing sandals and a hat
Speedo.
and a fucking Speedo. And, like, as we're floating up, it's a guy in one boat, and it's a guy and a gal in the other boat. And as we roll up, the gal just starts fucking cackling. Presumably because there's this scrawny motherfucker in a Speedo, like, just on the front of this little tiny boat, hopping off. And as we came up, I could hear the guy go, "Well, I think we're over-prepared."
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
I
from
just,
the natives.
that so far has been one of the most amusing moments of the year, when I saw people that were way over-prepared for this. Like, we gotta get real worried. This jackass is wearing sandals, a hat, and barely something covering his shit. Cool. Yeah, we brought too much stuff.
Yeah.
It's like when you see the people that bring, like, all sorts of not crazy-ass, overpowered bullshit just to go camping. Which, you know, I really can't say that I don't appreciate. Fuck you! Alright, this fluffy stuff is just... Yeah, we can't do my backyard as long as the fluffy stuff is happening. I
Yeah,
forgot
you
that,
fucking...
we have a cottonwood tree around here somewhere. Well, one of our neighbors has a cottonwood tree. Maybe a couple of them. And if any of you are unfamiliar with cottonwood, the reason why it's called cottonwood is because...
pollination method is...
Yeah, when it lets loose its seeds, you'll probably be able to see some of it floating by on the camera. When it lets loose its seeds, it's like caught up in fluff that looks a lot like cotton.
I think I have
Here we go.
Yeah, there you go.
If I can
Pick it up with a
here's
disintegrating.
one that stopped.
Oh yeah, there you go. That's a good one. Yeah, you got that. In the shot.
See, there's a couple of seeds.
Ah, it cottoned you.
And yeah, so pretty sure anybody up here in the Northwest is used to cottonwood. At least anybody in Spokane.
Cottonwood and dogwood.
Yeah.
Dogwood. God, dude, it stinks so bad. It makes you tired. It sucks.
It's not fun stuff.
They got toxic trees around there. Oh my god, there's so much over there. Holy crap.
It's not as bad as it used to be. We used to have a cottonwood tree that was
Jesus, dude.
big around. Real big
It's a
around.
very fertile tree.
Everything was white. It was like
Go whited out in the middle of summer.
like there was no, it was bad. It was really bad. It was super not cool. Glad that thing is gone. It's been gone for a very long time. But other cottonwood trees are very much alive in other parts of the neighborhood, so
Yep.
that's helpful.
I can't wait to go on the river again, but I gotta wait to buy a full-body dry suit because I cannot be exposed to sunlight. For those of you who are confused, I have a very severe case of lupus that basically gave me a sun allergy, which is why he's wearing a t-shirt.
He's sensitive.
I'm wearing a flannel. I'm stuck in these for the entire summer. I have to wear pants. I can't wear shorts.
Well, you don't have to wear a flannel. You just have to wear something that covers all of your arms.
Well, this is the only thing that, like, is comfortable that does that and isn't going to overheat me. This is a flannel that I can, like, unbutton part of.
If and when we ever actually make some money with this channel, you should probably get some silk or bamboo shirts.
Yes.
Silk shirts are awesome. Last time that I went to Value Village, I found a 100% silk Hawaiian shirt that I am such a fan of, just because I like Hawaiian shirts. I like real Hawaiian shirts. And if you can ever find like an actual Hawaiian shirt that's silk, they're so good.
I used to have a real Hawaiian shirt that had like coconut buttons and was a bamboo, and it was so comfortable. It was so like soft and yet breezy, and if I was cold, I could put it on and it would still keep me warm. Like, it traps your body heat, keeps you at your body's temperature, and does not let you get any higher. Like, I am warm and not uncomfortable. Yes. I wore that thing until all of the buttons basically disintegrated.
Yeah.
And the shirt itself started to wear out.
Some clothes, it's really easy to just wear them until they fall off of you.
This flannel is starting to kind of die. It was a Wrangler, though, and my wife bought it for me like 3 years ago. Bought it for me when we first moved into our studio apartment. So, I mean, I've worn it until it is losing color, and it's like the Wrangler patch is starting to get worn off. I wear my clothes till they die. These new sandals, though, they've been actually putting in some work.
Yeah, I found another. I need to get new sandal type things. That will happen eventually. I'm not terribly concerned about it.
God damn it.
I haven't had any fluffy stuff land in my
You
beard
have
yet.
actually in there. You had one go in and sink.
Well, that's gonna be fun to drink later.
At least it's not the yeast poo pile. I haven't mentioned that on this show yet.
Yeah,
I found out about that.
so we found out, anybody that was watching,
Was it like episode 8?
I think so. There was one of the episodes where there was some sort of a nut beer. It was like hazelnuts and cashews and some other shit. Well, apparently, something that they were doing in the production process basically made it so every can had one of those weird-ass jelly beer booger things in it because of interactions between the yeast and various other things. So that was a very short-lived beer, apparently.
We got a refund on it. Of $5 whole.
Like, I feel kind of bad about that because it was, you know, it's funny. It was so far one of the only nut beers that I've had that I was like, you know, I would actually drink that.
Until you got to the bottom.
Until I got to the bottom and I was like, there's this goo thing in here. Also, there were no peanuts in that.
Oh.
It was not a peanut beer. It was other nuts.
Well, yeah, I think we read that off.
Yeah, I think if I recall
Cashews
correctly.
and stuff.
Yeah, it was cashews, hazelnuts, some other stuff. I don't think there were any actual peanuts in it. So, I still stand by. I'm not really a fan of peanut butter beer. That's not.
I found one that I like, and you said wasn't bad, but it technically wasn't just a peanut butter beer. It was a peanut butter milk stout, or it was a peanut butter chocolate milk stout.
Yeah.
It's also the only way I like chocolate is in stouts because I hate and am allergic to chocolate in every other form. I take an antihistamine before we record this show just in case anything has chocolate in it, so don't worry about me.
Yeah, Benadryl.
Yeah, well, it's nothing stronger than Benadryl, but
nothing like drinking with antihistamines.
they're not drowsy type, so I'm fine. It was doctor recommended. I at least keep in contact with my doctor very regularly while doing this
Doctor
show.
recommended. Did your doctor recommend that you grind them up and snort them? Because I don't think so. You should probably change your intake method, sir.
I don't do that, you know it.
I know, but it's funny to joke about. I think, anyway.
Did you ever see that meme of the guy, like, with a mortar and pestle, he's, like, grinding something up, and he pours it out, and it's, like, a weird gray powder on the table, and then the meme just has, like, this stupid, like, classic text writing, like, when I edit this show, of just, like, respecting women, and the dude's, like, going back and forth across the table. Have you seen that? Somebody used, like, a crappy meme template of, like, from a WikiHow of how to, like, snort cocaine. Just, like, one of the joke ones. And it just put that on it. And I was like, alright. The guy who shared it is literally one of my friends who's so gay, it's ridiculous. I think Maddie was the one who shared it. And I was like, yeah, you do respect them because you don't want to go anywhere near them. I love those stupid, like, WikiHow memes, though. Like, how to silence a baby, how not to silence a baby. Like,
how to hold a baby, how not to hold a baby.
The best way that I've learned is because I have really long arms and fucking huge hands, is to kind of, like, football them and hold their head like this.
Oh, I thought you were going to say palm their whole skull and just pick them up. Is that not how you're supposed to?
No, man, that's how you pick up angry chihuahuas. Just grab them by the face and just... You listen here, you little shit.
So much anger in such a small package.
My favorite way to pick up my guinea pigs is to scoop one on the front of them, scoop under their butt, and just hold them like a little, like I'm perching them somewhere. Because half the time they'll go, they're rooting for you or something. They're just confused.
Wee.
Then with Lyra, I have to scoop her up and hold her like a hamburger, like a really, really big hamburger. I can't even touch my fingers together with holding her anymore.
Well, she's a big old fluffy fat guinea pig.
I'm talking about Lyra.
Oh, yeah, well, okay, Lyra, big turtle, tortoise. She's good sized tortoise.
No, Pepper big and fluffy.
You know, the last time that I crashed over at his place, I really wanted to sleep on the floor just because it sounded like it would be really comfy. And that is the thing that I cannot do at his place.
Yeah, you get
because
invaded.
His tortoise will come by and bite you to make sure that you're still alive, because that's kind of her job. This guy might occasionally have a seizure or something, and if he's non-responsive, then this tortoise actually knows to, like, nip at him, and if he doesn't respond, then it's time to start screaming.
I forgot you've heard her scream once or twice.
I don't know if you've heard a tortoise fucking hollering before.
Well, you come running.
But it is its own very distinct inhuman screech. And, yeah, no, it makes a noise. You're like, what the fuck is that? So,
Well,
but I didn't want to get woken up in the middle of the night by a tortoise thinking that I was a fucking comatose motherfucker. Yeah, no, it's not.
The best part, too, is if you're fully encased in your blankets, what she might try doing is she'll start with the feet and she'll, like, crawl up into the blankets with you and, like, nestle right about underneath your chin. And then all you'll wake up hearing, what you'll see is this tiny little set of beady eyes looking at you from underneath the blanket, this big lump being here, and all you hear is...
I would hope I would wake up before that. I don't know.
She's pretty sneaky.
Yeah. She's very... I did not know that a tortoise could have a personality.
She's special.
Maybe I'm reading too much into things. But she's a sweetheart.
She loves kids. We took her to the park.
She loves peeing on people, too. I'll keep you safe!
Yeah, we took her to the kids' playground. It's like a couple blocks away from our place. She was wearing a diaper at the time, just in case a kid picked her up. So she didn't pee on anybody. First of all, they thought it was adorable. There was a tortoise in the diaper. Second of all, she would not, like... Every time a kid stopped petting her, she would, like, follow said kid until they started petting her again. Or, like, when she had a whole group of them, like, rubbing her all over her shell and across her head, she was just sitting there, like... Just like fully spread in the grass. Like, yeah.
Every time I look at that little sheet that we've got that says what all the beers are, I'm just kicking myself for thinking that had lime in it. But, I mean, it really, to me, smelled so fucking limey.
Limey.
The one that you are currently drinking.
Yeah, it doesn't taste like that. Kind of smells like there's something citrusy in it, but it doesn't actually like taste like it.
But that is from Fremont, and they are one of my favorite breweries. They are over in Seattle. Their logo is badass.
We should get in contact with them.
I mean, Blue Heron. I would. Oh my God, we need to do a Seattle road trip at some point.
We got an RV now. We got the the bastard bus.
Yes,
it's official. I actually got it licensed.
So yes, it will be a thing, especially if we can get more people on Patreon giving us more money, because then we will be able to
share us around so that we can get a sponsor on YouTube.
Yeah, like just like, share, subscribe, comment.
Like us on Instagram.
Yeah, do stuff on the Instagrams and the Facebooks, because we are there as well. Yeah, that's a thing. We'd like to do some road trips. We'd like to go. We want to go to a shitload of different breweries, and we would like to bring some of that experience to you. I know that some of y'all who watch this find it kind of cool to be able to see or hear about some of the behind the scenes stuff at some of these places. And we're happy to keep drinking beer and bullshitting, and we appreciate all of the support that we're getting from any and all of you.
Yeah, and I mean, we're planning a Leavenworth road trip already, but that was a given because I have stuff I need to do in Leavenworth. But yeah, we're because my RV apparently sleeps 3. There's a middle section that pulls out from the dining room.
We'll have to take a look at it,
yeah.
And we'll give there will probably be a little tour that pops up on Patreon.
Before and after, because I need to renovate that fucking thing.
Okay, well that's a thing. Man, we got started drinking early today, like early in the day.
Yeah, it is.
Today,
for us, it is 2:46 right now.
It is an awkwardly early time for us to be drinking, which, I mean, yes and no. Maybe that's not the best way to put that. But it's weird for us to sit down and do our show at this point. From here on out, it will probably be further on in the day. Today, the way scheduling and timing worked out, it's early. For some reason, I feel tired drinking some of these beers. I keep forgetting that I was up until 4 o'clock in the morning drinking last night.
I was only up until midnight. But, it takes a lot now. After doing this show for, a dozen episodes now.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, wow. I'm not going to edit that in. Fuck it.
Is this 12? Pew, 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 pew.
Pew, pew.
Air horn time!
Do your own sound effects.
Now I got a real one. Go!
Just doing the deaf ear. I already folded that one. No,
Sorry, that reminds me of a thing that I want to see. I'm a terrible fucking human being.
Oh my God.
But I'm sure that I want to have a video of someone coming up behind a police officer, preferably one that really just shouldn't even. Like, one, I don't think there should be police, but that's a whole other thing. But, like, basically have somebody walk up to a very shitty cop with a taser and an air horn. Sorry, I'm late. About legalizing weed. Alright.
It should be legal, it's a plant.
The war on drugs is bullshit, whether it's cannabis, cocaine, heroin, caffeine, nicotine. There's, we need to end the war on drugs. It's not a war that can be won. If you would like to see some proof of it being a better concept to
Oregon,
Portugal,
ooh, yeah,
fucking Portugal.
Sweden.
What did they do? Decriminalized all of the drugs and said, "Oh, if you're thinking that you have a problem with this shit, if we catch you with a whole bunch of drugs, we need to have a little chat."
Greetings from Brazil, huh?
But
Oh, cool.
if you're having all sorts of issues on, trying to, if you have a substance abuse problem, then they will offer you counseling so that you can get done with your substance abuse problem. The only reason, addiction is an affliction that is brought about from depression and poor socioeconomic
And trauma.
things. Like there's like people don't get addicted. People don't maintain addictions because, gosh, this is so fun to never be able to put this thing down and have to rely on this. People get addicted to it because they're trying to find some sort of peak to get out of the existential gutter that they feel like they're trapped in.
We have somebody from Brazil, by the way. They said greetings from Brazil.
Brazil! Fuck yes! Now there is a country with one hell of a backstory on how they got to be around and how much of the slave trade wound up dropping so many people in Brazil.
Weed's illegal in Brazil, apparently.
Yeah, but also in Brazil there is a very, very authoritarian dickbag that is running everything. I really, really, really think that guy needs to be fired. And I mean like out of a cannon into a brick wall. Yeah, no, there's no reason to have any kind of a law against any drug. I can understand, like, I think...
No, neither of us are.
I think that there should be regulations that are set into place as far as the quality of the drugs that are available, because if you are going to decriminalize all of the drugs, you have to make sure that, well, if someone is going to be taking any of these drugs need to be not cut with shit that's going to hurt them or kill them. So maybe we should actually have, I don't know, considering that we have a government at the moment and we do require the state to do things, maybe we should have state-run drugstores that sell pure drugs, like pure that have like clean heroin and like really good weed, really good cannabis.
Sorry, no, we should definitely switch over to the Patreon thing before we answer that question.
Oh, yep, that is definitely a thing. What are we at? We are at the close enough to the end mark for the YouTube, so we're about to switch over to the
Patreon section.
Patreon side of things. Everybody on YouTube, we'd like to thank y'all for having stuck around this far. Hope to see you again. Hope you've liked my things before.
Comment.
Like, subscribe, ring the bell, did the comment, blah da 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 da. Tell your friends. Check out the Patreon. Keep thinking.
Keep drinking.
Don't do nothing about white supremacy.